I'm Eric, this is Yeti Garage. Today I'm working on my 1955 Chevy pickup. In the last video, I freshened up under the hood, fixed a bunch of little things wrong with it. The next step, I'm trying to get this thing back to daily driver status, nice and dependable. Next step is pulling this aluminum out of the bed so that I can get underneath and put a C-notch in the frame. I only have about an inch of clearance between the axle and the frame. When I go over railroad tracks or anything, or a big bump in the road, it bottoms out. While I'm at it, I got some shocks. I want to put some helper bags so I can tow a trailer with it. Got some stuff I need to do to the fuel cell, some wiring, and check the pinion angle. I think I'm off a little bit. And then clean everything up. A little bit of spray paint. First step though, is to drill all these rivets that's holding this aluminum in. Okay, I got the aluminum out of the bed. So the main reason I'm taking this apart is to fix, I have hardly any clearance here. The axle hits the frame. There's a little bump stop underneath there, and it's rubbed the paint off the axle, and I can't put any weight in the bed of the pickup, so I'm gonna put a little C-notch. I'm gonna plate the inside of the frame about 12 inches or so, and then put a little C-notch. Can't go too much because the next I'm just gonna hit the exhaust, so get a inch or inch and a half or something, and I'll be happy with that. And then since I'm gonna be welding, I'm gonna pull the fuel cell out of here. While I have it out, clean it up and switch. The sending unit is the wrong ohm for the gauge in this pickup, so I bought the correct sending unit. And then I need to build a new filler neck. This filler neck is, since it's recessed here, it catches all the dirt off the road and grime builds up in here, and then when I go to put fuel I have to clean that out the best I can, and stuff still falls in the tank, and then I have to take the tank apart and clean it all the time. So I'm gonna build one that has a raised neck to fix that issue. The other thing I wanted to look at was pinion angle. And I remember the last time I looked at this is I was looking for 6 degrees down, like the standard drag racing pinion angle, but now that I've measured, I'm about 4 degrees up. The transmission's about 4 degrees down, so I have opposite angles. It's going to be fine. For launching, it's going to be bad on that U-joint, but it's not like it's a drag race, you know, not like drag racing every night in it, so that U-joint will last long enough. I'm gonna at least pull the inner wheel tubs I built out to give me some room. I think I might just take the whole bed off. I think it's only 4 bolts to take the bed off, so we'll see how much room I have when I get in there and start welding and stuff, but definitely want to get the fuel tank out of the way first. Okay, yep, time to do some cutting and some welding. Okay, that didn't go too bad. I got the bed off and the fuel line and wiring harness out of the way. I'm ready to start tacking some plate in to box the frame rails and then C-notch the bottom. Dug around, found some 1/4 inch plate for the boxing, and I found this piece of looks like 4-inch channel to make the notch out of. It'll give me about 1 inch of clearance, which is actually more than I have room before the axle hits exhaust anyway, so that'll be plenty. Anyway, that was a good start for tonight. In the morning, cut some metal and start welding. Cut some parts to mount airbags and put helper bags on top of the leaf spring mount, so that if I do put a bunch of weight in bed of the pickup or a heavy trailer on here, I can pump it up and keep it from bottoming out. So nice. This is some 3/8 plate, holes drilled to mount the top, and then I'm gonna put some gussets in here. See that? And then on the took the bottom up. I'm just gonna stack some little flat bar. So this piece that bolts to the bottom, this bag's upside down right now, bolts to the bottom of the bag, and this piece has a larger hole in it. It'll go over the top of that bolt, and I'll get 2 3/8 bolts there to hold it down. This piece will be welded to the top of this spring perch. So it'll look like that. All right, I got those back mounts welded on, the lower mount piece welded on, a little paint sprayed on them. Next, I'm going to pull the differential cover off and weld the spider gears together. All right, I got the spider gears welded, and I put the cover back on, and mounted the bags, and then I took and cut the exhaust right here. I cut almost all of it. I just left a little piece on the bottom that was still hooked, and then I cut the hangers loose back here. Pulled the exhaust up 2 inches back at the tip and re-welded it up here by the muffler. So you gain a little bit more clearance underneath the exhaust, between the exhaust and the axle here. That's as high as I can go. Now it's almost going to touch the roll pan on the pack. So every little bit helps though. Get a little more clearance. And then I bought a new fill neck, just this piece from the weld up with a cap. So this is the piece that was bolted into the fuel cell. I cut the old fill neck out, put this one in, made this weld, but now half of it's zinc coated here, and then half doesn't have any coating, and then I had to grind most of the coating off right here. So I'm gonna need to do something to protect it so it doesn't rust. First step is I'm gonna use some distilled vinegar to get all the zinc off of this. And then I'm not sure, so anyway, yeah, use vinegar, just put it in some plastic, cover it up with vinegar, let it sit, and that coating with zinc will come right off. Once I have that off, I'm either gonna, I don't know, I was thinking about using like hot bluing to put some kind of protectant on. I know paint is not gonna be what I want back there with fuel. The paint's just gonna come off. So I was looking a little bit at electroplating. I've never done that. We'll see. I have some copper. I guess I could maybe electroplate it with copper. I don't have to research more, but that's where I'm at. And I'm going to put the new sending unit in the fuel cell and mount the fuel cell. There's a couple of things. I'm going to run a new fuel line, and oh, there's still some wiring to do back here, and then the bed will be ready to go back on. Okay, I let it soak for probably an hour in that vinegar, and then I washed it off with some water and then some brake clean, and wire wheeled it a little bit. Then heated it up with a torch till it started to turn colors a little bit, a little purple and blue in it, and then dunked it in some really gross used motor oil and let it cool down. That was about it. So see how it works, if it keeps it from corroding or not. Should work. Guy's been using this, machinist's been using this for 100 years, so. I mounted the fuel cell back in with the new cap and filler neck. I ran some airline right here down the frame rail on both sides. I'm going to hide the fills behind the flip up license plate, and then put a new fuel line in, 3/8 steel line, get rid of all the rubber back here, and put the wiring harness back in, and added control wire for trailer brakes and a power for the trailer plug to charge the safety battery on my car trailer. And then I also ran a wire back here to hook up to the fuel gauge. I put that new sending unit in. Next, well, I got the bed out of the way. I figured it's a good time to fix the bottom of the cab. So that's cut off there. It was rusted, cut it off years ago. I just never put a patch panel back on it. So I bought a patch panel. I'm just gonna use this lower section to fix this side, but then there's this body line in that patch panel. I can use this area right here to patch this other side of the cab. It has this little hole in it. And then this upper part of the patch panel I'm not gonna use at the, down low, but I can use this area here, has this radius to it, to patch the old fill neck in the cab. So that's next. To chop this patch panel up into 3 pieces. Use it to fix 3 things with this cab. Okay, so last night I got this welded in, ground down, and then I put a little skin coat of filler. And this morning I blocked it out and had some pinholes, so I'm on my second, let's see if we can get in here, second coat of filler. Waiting for that to set so I can block it out. Get started on filling this fuel filler, or the fuel neck hole. So this panel has a crown or a radius going this way, but then it has a slight radius going this way also. So I think this is that cab corner that I cut off. This is the piece I just used. And right here, in this area, I have the same thing. It's a lot of radius going this way and a little bit of crown this way. So I think somewhere in this region I can find a piece that fits that really well. So I'm gonna cut a lot larger than I need, set it up on here and move it around until it sits real nice, and then mark it from the inside and cut out that patch panel. Okay, so I got the patches all done. Came out pretty good. This one it's shrunk back a little bit, but you can kind of see it. But that's all right. And then I decided I should paint the back of the cab and the front of the bed before I put it back together. And then this is what I'm doing for paint. It's black and it's gray in the black, and then a bright teal, and then this, call it a vintage teal, and then I'm sanding through it. And that like patina look. This side I actually got the rear fender on. I'll pull it outside and get some better pictures of it. I don't know if you can really pick up the color in here. The lights are kind of weird. Anyway, right now I'm working on the roll pan, adding a bunch of stuff to the roll pan. Go over here. So it's laying upside down right now. So I didn't have a license plate light, put that on. I had never put a bracket on there to flip the license plate up. And I notched for the receiver hitch. And this hole, I'm gonna make a little recessed area with this piece of exhaust pipe and a little piece of plate for the airbag fills will be right here. And then this hole is for a 7-pin trailer plug. And then those will be hidden behind the license plate. So I'm working on right now. I need to weld this up and then paint and then sand the roll pan and mount it. And then the driver's rear fender. And then the aluminum for the bed. It's pretty, I don't know. It's got something on it. Made it all white colored, and then it's got a bunch of grease and stuff on it. But I guess I'll pressure wash it. And then I have a drum sander. It has Scotch-Brite wheels on it. I think I'm gonna try to brush it. See how that comes out. All right, I'm gonna weld on that roll pan. All right, so got it back together. I shot a little clear on the aluminum. I don't know if it's really shiny now. I guess it's good it won't oxidize, but maybe I'll shoot a flat clear over the top of this clear. I don't know. It's a little too shiny. Of course, a little bit of dirt, some hard water stains, and it'll probably be just fine. So, got it pretty scuffed up and sanded down, looking all right in here. Been spraying a little vinegar on the bare spots, getting it to rust. Then, see if I can show you. Stuff under here. There's that. The two fills for the airbags, and then there's the connector for the trailer and the hitch. Little light. Anyway, overall I'm pretty happy. Got a lot of things that fixed that have been messed up on this truck for a long time. So getting closer to being able to call it a dependable daily. I'm gonna keep messing around with this paint, do the front, the doors and the fender and the hood. And then I think I'm gonna shoot this top white. But the next big project's ripping everything out of the interior, going back to a bench seat, putting AC in it, a different steering column that's shorter, and getting rid of all this yellow. I got like a beige, looks like something possibly be from 55, kind of a tan color in there. Anyway, if you liked the video, appreciate it if you liked it. Leave a comment or subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I think there'll be one more video for the interior, and then I'll be good for working on this thing. For now, get to put some miles on it, and then I'm gonna get back on my my Bel Air. I'm gonna pull that LS3 out and put the supercharger in the cam and get it ready to mount on the chassis. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.